it says.
Yeah.
That's what it said. I'm not sure if it's true. All right, here we go.
Actions.
No, we're good.
All right. So here we are.
Yo, what episode is this, bro?
It's the Jordan comeback, bro.
Double nickel. Double nickel?
No, it's the Jordan comeback. It's the 45 jersey.
Well,
Episode 45 of Pizza in the Break Room.
That's a
T
lot
dot
of
hot
episodes.
shot. Couture life. So how you doing, my brother?
I'm all right, man.
I
It's a
spoke
long
to you
day.
today.
I know. It was like a long time ago now that I think about it.
I spoke to you this morning. This morning you seemed a little bit discombobulated. And if it wasn't discombobulation, I mean some words. If it wasn't discombobulation, then it might have been a little bit of frazzleness. Or a little bit of, I don't want to do this thing, man.
Well, I think it was a little bit of all of the above, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a tough morning to get up, but I think we talk about accountability a little bit every now and then, right? And it was like show starts at 7:45, and I set my alarm for 6:42 for my 2 snoozes, and then I was about to hit snooze again. I was awake, but I was about to hit snooze again, and if I hit snooze again, I was gonna call you and say fuck it. And then I was like, no, I gotta get up. Got up, ran to the shower, put my work clothes on because I don't usually have to put my work clothes on. And here I am.
Do you still fit into your work clothes?
Huh? Some of them. Funny you say that. I had a bag of pants that had just been sitting around because I don't know. I don't need a lot of dress pants. I'm in shorts if I'm lucky, right? But there's a lady in the building that I work in, and anytime I need stuff, I would take it to her, but I haven't gone to her in years. So today I took her 2 pairs of pants for a little hem and stitch up.
Seeing.
Cindy Milo, trouble in the house.
But you don't even understand, bro. Trouble, you don't even know what it is to see trouble in the house right now. I never thought we'd see trouble in the house again.
No? Why? Because she got mad at you again?
No, not that she got mad, but she's here, It's I'm happy to see her here.
Reactivated. Like, I know I haven't seen you, Cindy Milo, in a while. I thought you were like on vacation or something, man. No, you just took a break. Wicked. DJ Flame, big up. Denise Jojo, hi Faye.
I think she came to throw some tomatoes at Reggie Waterman.
It's like that. Say word.
She loaded up her account again. She reactivated. Come dash some tomatoes today.
Oh, she probably shined them up then. Shined them up.
Cindy Milo got to see you. DJ Flame, what up with you? Denise Jojo, what up with you, cuz? LL. Who else we got in the chat? Right? DJ Solid, what up with you?
DJ D Money.
DJ D Money was there on the weekend.
Brown Ting 80. DJ D Money was there on the weekend too.
Yeah.
DJ D Money is everywhere. That's what you're saying?
DJ D Money was there at Mascot.
Scene. That's
Brown Ting. What I dish full up.
Nads Camille. Thank you for coming by, Nads.
Nads Camille, what up with you?
Happy Tuesday, IQ Remix, Miss Silva. Oh, man, y'all. Well, hello, everybody. Man, see, you know what happened? This is what happens when we bring guests on. Mr. McFarland, big up, sir. Big member. B-Town. Yeah. We have guests and people come. There were like 3 people here last week.
Is that how it was last week?
It was like Denise Jojo, Mrs. Ron C. Like Flame, done.
Yes. Glad to have y'all join us. Pizza in the Break Room again, episode 45. Today we got a special guest coming on, Reggie Waterman. So I'm excited to see where this conversation goes.
I was telling somebody today that this kind of blows my mind a little bit.
In which regard?
I mean, like I was telling you yesterday, I don't think I've ever Googled Reggie, Why would I Google? It's Reggie.
Right.
Reggie,
I feel you.
Right.
Makes sense.
Right. And then I Googled Reggie. And then I had to keep Googling Reggie. And then I was into this and into that. So coming from, throwing elbows on the concrete concrete jungle to Reggie coming on the show is pretty dope. And yeah, the story, like, I mean, I know Reggie, but I don't know Reggie, right? From that perspective, I haven't seen Reggie in years. We were talking about when we checked in yesterday. So good for Reggie, man.
But it's funny enough because I mean, we know people, and like you said, we don't know people. You know what I mean? Because there's people that are close to us that people know them in such a different context than the way that we know them. You know what I mean? So
that's
like,
what
for
blows
instance,
my mind.
Like I don't know if, like, when you're sitting down listening to your sister speak the other day, it's your sister, but she might have said some things to you that made you think, wow.
Yeah.
That and I can imagine if I sit down and listen to my brother speak, to someone, I'd probably be like, for real, wow.
Yeah, what's going on here, right?
So yeah, there's a lot of layers to us, and only some people are privy to the layers that we have.
It's weird like that, right? Because you look at people looking at those people, right? Because like I said, it's Jay, it's Reggie, it's whoever, right? It's Steve, But people are like, yo, I'm this for 20 years and I know you guys, blah blah la di da, all that kind of good stuff. We missed cold pizza last week, Denise Jojo. Was it last week we missed cold pizza?
Yeah, it was last week.
Everybody,
well, thank you, Denise.
If you never wake up with us early morning on a Tuesday, you might catch us at 7:45 a.m. doing our spin-off cold pizza, which is our, what's the word I use? The ode. It's our ode.
Ode
to how it all started, which was just me and Fitz on, first the telephone and then on a Zoom call. So that was the first 25 episodes. It's all right still, big member. So yeah, we do cold pizza. We don't talk to nobody. We ain't trying to be rude. We just here. All right. But it is nice to have everybody here today, especially tonight. So
yes. Thank y'all for
coming. Big up to anybody
again.
We missed coming in. That boy Jer, big up.
That boy Jer, what up with you? 10 up, 1 up. All right. Cindy said she's in the bed at 9 a.m.
Already? Wake up, Cindy. Good stuff. So what do you think? You ready?
Yes. Let's
what do they say? Without further ado?
Without further ado.
He probably speaks for, look at this shit. All right, there we go, man.
All right, so we're going to introduce you to Reggie Waterman. Some may know him as a digital marketer. Some may know him as a brand consultant, a marketing coach. The one that impresses me, podcaster. The one that impresses me is workshop facilitator. Like that one.
You like saying that, eh?
It just sounds dope. Workshop facilitator.
Did you say author?
We didn't get to author.
Shit, son. Sorry.
An author. He's going to share all of that with us in a minute. We're going to bring him on. Mr. Reginald Waterman. I don't know is it Reginald? Should I have said Reginald? Because like when people call me Fitzroy, I'm like, where you get Fitzroy from?
Yeah, you probably get Fitzroy every now and then, eh?
I guess so. Anyways, we're gonna bring on Reggie. All right.
You're about to find out, Nance Camille.
Pizza in the break room. Grab a slice in the back. Make yourself comfortable. All right. We here now. We here. Yeah. It's in the break room, y'all. Holla, holla, holla. Woo! Wow.
This guy just kicking the fucking door, eh? Kicking the door.
Yo,
Cindy, you ready for this?
Wow.
DJ Ron C in the house. This guy right up.
Tomatoes, Cindy, please. Tomatoes.
Listen.
Tomatoes, Cindy.
Tomatoes
please.
in the chat. Tomatoes in the chat.
From all the episodes, I never seen one pizza, and I need to bring the pizza in the break room. How y'all gonna call it pizza in the break room when you got no pizza?
Wow. Where's the eject button?
You have it.
The eject button. Like you guys have, it's false advertising. You got a marketer on your show, and you're gonna like have no pizza in the break room. I have to bring the pizza.
I can't.
This guy.
Wow.
This your friend, yo?
Where's the donuts? Where did the donuts go? Look what's happening now.
Donuts
in the chat. Beer pizza.
Shout out to everybody that's watching now. I love all the pizza emojis. See, everyone likes the pizza? Who's team pineapples? Who's team vegan? I want to know in the chat. Put that in the chat. And we're not talking about safe words when we say pineapples. We're just talking about
Mr. Reggie Waterman, everybody.
Yes.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening. Y'all have me eating past my bedtime, man.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, man. Eating past my bedtime. I'm eating carbs here, man. I'm trying to be low on them carbs.
Yeah, you like what? You like CrossFit or some shit, right? You're a CrossFitter?
Yeah. And I asked for the deluxe pizza. They got a new one at Pizza. So deluxe has like, green peppers, got mushrooms, it's got pepperoni, but real pepperoni, and then it's got a mix of vegan pepperoni because I knew Fitz was gonna be on here, so I needed
vegan. See, that's the problem, yo. That's the problem. Is like, what the hell is vegan pepperoni now? That's my problem. That's my problem with the vegans, Reg.
Vegan pepperoni is just pretty much cardboard, and they colored it red. That's all it is.
For real. A couple pop. And we try not to say pizza in here. We're gonna go with Little Caesars, right? Big up to El Mags.
El Mags.
Wherever El Mags is.
Whatever he's saying, he means Little Caesars.
Yeah.
And we know that Little Caesars got a vegan pizza over there for us.
Oh Lord.
I'm just trying to do the thing the way Christy Ray said to do it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't think this one can do it like that.
You just use your muscles, guys.
I forget it.
Is that a twist off, or is that like you have to like prop it up?
It's not a twist off, but it's a trick that our chat cuz taught me, but it's not working for this bottle.
That's a lot of pressure there, opening up that bottle on live.
Well, he's done it. He's done it 45 times though, man.
45 times.
Yeah, he should be a little better.
There's been one mishap with a bottle of bubbly.
Did you ever get the cork? Did you ever cut it in half?
Yeah, for sure. I think I did that twice. I kind of feel like this is gonna happen with this one.
Yeah, I think so, because I just called it out into the universe. My bad.
Well, yeah, and you're a guy who's all about putting things out, putting your words onto the universe.
He did it.
I'm a professional, bro. You talking about 45, man. 45 episodes deep with this. Come on now.
Yeah, man. I see it.
Yo, Denise Jojo, I had spoken to a couple of people today, Denise. It's a rough day. Long day, rough day.
Is that Sydney?
We're gonna 11.
Sydney? Tomato throwing Sydney?
Yeah. That's Pandora's box.
Pandora's box.
Now it all makes sense, eh? Now it all makes sense.
You shut that box down. You shut the box down.
Did you tell them what you're drinking?
I did not. How rude of me. I invited y'all into my break room and did not share with you what it is I partake of today. Can you see?
I can see. What's it called?
This is called Vin de Provence. AIX. I don't know how you say that in French.
That says Vin de Provence, AIX?
Vin de Provence, AIX.
That looks like it says Ix.
And it's a product of France, and all the writing is in France. So,
Reggie, you been to France? I see you do a lot of traveling, brother.
Yeah, actually, I've been to France. I've never seen that bottle in France.
No,
I thought that was an Abrex bottle. I was like, Abrex has their own bottle of wine now? That's crazy.
we're not going to be able to get through any of this, are we? We're not getting through any of this shit.
That's crazy. You know what I love about when people join and engage in the conversation. What I love the most though is about their usernames. Like Brown Ting.
Brown Ting 80.
So that means she's born in 1980.
And what else does it mean?
Casey, and it also means that she's brown, maybe. And she's a Ting.
You're Browning.
Browning.
There you go.
Me love me car, me love me bike, me love me money and thing. But most of all,
I think I saw DJ D Money on here too. Like, yo,
DJ D Money,
man. He was on here earlier.
Oh, sorry, what happened to the BOGO? Anyways, BK Sweetest Music. Good evening. Thank you for stopping by.
You and DJ D Money have a little connection, have a a quite big connection. We're not talking about a little connection.
Yeah, man, he helped me out big time when I was hosting my own live stream on LinkedIn. And he would come on just to create that vibe at the beginning of the sessions. And man, he brought that magic every week. So he's just an awesome dude, man. On the ones and twos.
How did you guys get to become familiar with each other?
Where was that? Oh yeah, so it was at work. So 360 Insights was a software company I was working for, and he came on a team huddle. So it was like a Zoom meeting.
Okay.
And it was just like more of an event for the company, and he was spinning, and legit, I was like on my phone like this, just hanging out. He's playing his music, and everybody else is just like, oh yeah. And I'm like just jamming him. I'm jamming in my own world space.
Right.
And then he just calls me out. He goes, hey Reggie, you ain't doing nothing. Start jamming, man. I was like, you need to call me out, man. Me and you are like the only two black people on the Zoom. Everybody else is not like us. He called us out. He called me out, man.
Called you out.
Since then, man, we've been cool, man. He's been helping me out big time, man. I appreciate him.
No, you got a fantastic. What's the Zoom called? What is that Zoom call that you and DJ D Money do?
So what we're hosting is a program called Discover Your Other Self. So that's where I had people would come on, tell their stories in terms of how they overcame challenges within life. Because at the end of the day, everybody goes through those challenges. And really and truly, it was just in my spirit after I saw on that Zoom call to hit him up. And I said, hey, man, I'm doing this thing. And it was within my spirit to actually reach out to you to see if you would actually like to join me on this journey. I don't know what's going to really look like. We'll probably have you come on and, play a few tunes at the beginning, and then we'll get into the conversation. And week over week, we just bring in guests and just to inspire the people, especially during the pandemic.
Okay. When you met him, was it during the pandemic time?
During the pandemic time.
Okay.
Okay. So I didn't know him before that.
There's so much of that.
It was just like more of a divine connection that happened. And since then, we just been vibing. And, I said, I don't know what this is going to turn into. It could be a hit or miss, but he obliged to the opportunity. And, he blessed me with his presence and his gift.
Isn't that amazing, though?
Yeah.
It's amazing when people do that, man. When we send like a Hail Mary out, we don't know if anybody's gonna catch. We don't know the response, and then people catch it and run it into the end zone for us, and we're like, for real, like people are willing to do things for us that we never imagined that they would.
That's support, right? It's
and he didn't know me. He didn't know me from the gym. You know what I'm saying? So he could have easily said, I'm busy. Like, I don't know if I could dedicate time to that. But week over week, he was there. Just like it was just going to church. So, you got to give it up to people that give up their time, their space, and their energy.
No, that's for sure. You know what? Same thing to everybody in the chat here. I mean, same thing to you right now. Like, for giving up your time. Like, I mean, it's past your carb intake time, and here you are.
My carb pew. It's past my carb pew.
but the same sentiment goes out to everybody in this chat right now. I mean, again, T-Dot says you could be anywhere in the world, but here you are with us. And I mean, it seems simple, but it's a big thing, because I mean, like, you're spending this time, you're giving us your time, and we appreciate it. Honestly, we like really, really appreciate it. So thank you so much, everybody in the chat. You guys are amazing, and because of that, you guys give us some energy to keep doing what we're doing, and it's kind of weekly we see how the chats and the people who are involved in the chat kind of energize the streamers, you know what I mean, and give them some like encouragement and give them some spirit that, like, sometimes you see it, man, like the energy that the chat gives the streamers, and you're like, wow, like it's like love. It's a blessing,
Yeah, I think people don't get it. I mean, it's different over here on this side of the camera a little bit, and that I didn't think I'd be on this side of the camera ever, but you also know that every Tuesday I'm ready to rock, right? And what we do when we put into this, it's not even to put on a show, right? It doesn't feel like, oh my God, let's put on a show. It just feels like, oh my God, let's go see the people, right? Let's go chat with the people.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not it's not a chore. It's not it's a motivator, right? And so it kind of shows what that can do, because to Reggie, what Reggie said earlier about DJ D Money, he didn't know him before the pandemic, right? And there are people that I have such strong connections with, and I only met them during the pandemic, and I know that they're a ride or die, and it's just from the energy, right? I think you were talking about spirit, right? So those are the things that kind of, yeah, man, it's crazy. It's crazy world we live in right now.
Like, it's crazy. Like, when you really think about it, yeah, it's crazy. But if you think about the opportunities that presents itself, like Bennett, you just talked about doing something that you probably never would have done, being behind and managing everything on the back end in terms of, the logistics of setting up, StreamYard, getting familiar with the sound quality, all that jazz, and fixing up your overlays, and Junior doing what he does, and then you guys collaborating and bringing something magical and connecting with people that you probably never would have connected with before,
right?
And even the people, like even your audience, and like Junior, what you said, and which I love, is like you showing gratitude for them showing up to tune into you week over week. That they could be doing something else, but they're here with you because it's the vibe, it's the energy that you're providing is something that's magnetic. Yeah. But I always have debates about what the pandemic has brought to myself personally, but also as a collective, right? Because we've all suffered through it. But you could either be a creator in this space or you could be a consumer, right? So you have a choice. You have a choice to consume just Netflix all day, every day, be on that couch, or you could kind of create something that you never done before, just like this, this stream, which is that magical opportunity that everybody has.
Scene.
No, big facts.
Yeah, man. It's a vibe still, and a lot of good people. A lot of good things happening just from, and I don't know what it is. I guess, what the pandemic made everybody look inside a little bit, right? Or whatever it was. It's just COVID silver linings for real, man. Like, I know
silver linings.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, right?
Sounds like a apparel brand.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm all right through the pandemic. I know there's bad stuff that's happened, right? But personally, from where I was at, beginning of 2020 to where I am now, I guess good for the did all that need to happen, right? To force me in a different direction or make some different shit happen. So you just got to live with that too, right? Like, there's bad shit all around. There's always going to be bad shit, and it's just how you deal with it.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
That's me. Yeah. See, in the chat, there's people that are saying, yeah, COVID was a blessing. Like, there's a lot of heartache, a lot of bad shit that happened in the world, but a lot of good too. Right.
And then Pandora's box says, "So what are you trying to say about me watching Netflix?" I ain't trying to say nothing, girl. Listen.
Get your Netflix in.
Right now, the text is showing up on her screen is like, "Are you still there? Are you still watching?" That's what's going on for Pandora's box right now, because she's watching this right now.
I hear that. That's good. Durable. I like that. Like, durable, resilient, right? I don't know if you guys have any other words for it in the chat. One word. What's one word for it? I don't know.
That's perfect though. We're durable, and COVID just exposed it. Yeah. And that's kind of along the lines of what you're preaching out there, Reg, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we are who we are, but then we are also something else that we want to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But anyways, before we we dig into that, let me just ask you to introduce yourself to the people. I introduced to you as whatever I did just a while ago, but let the people know who you are from your mouth.
Yeah. I always say this. I'm just a guy, man. Just a guy that is on a high vibe frequency in terms of knowing what he wants, goes after what he gets. And one word describes that describes me is something that somebody said in the chat, is resilient. I've been through a lot of hardships, just like we all have been through hardships, but I don't let that stop me. I keep on living my life and living it to the fullest. Try to live try to be unapologetic for who I am. And yeah, I'm a marketer by trade, or do that during the day, but I also am, blessed with many gifts and talents. So workshop facilitator, now author. And the workshop facilitator, just to give you a little bit more context about that, I created a program where I'm working with, for example, UFT, Ryerson, and I'm giving students the tools that they need to succeed post-graduation. So talking about things that are not found in your average textbook, like how to deal with a bad boss, because they don't really teach you that, how to network properly or effectively, how to deal with politics, and how to build a personal brand. And where that stemmed from is because I was, down and out. This is 2019, where I didn't have a job. It was the first time being unemployed, and I need to figure out what my next step in life was. And through that hardship, I discovered that I had all these talents, and I developed that program.
Yeah.
And say I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy that, spent some cycles trying to get to the right people at these universities, so that I could actually build out this entire program and influence the youth, because those are the future leaders of tomorrow. Because who knows, maybe down the road, shoot, I may be out of a job. Maybe they could help me out down the line. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
At the end of the day, it's about that energy exchange. And if I could give them the tools and the experiences from my walk of life, and share that with them so that they could be successful, then that's the impact that I can make in this world.
Awesome. So how did you figure that that's the route that you want to take? You know what I mean? Like what was the eureka that said, you know what, the university route, the youth, the children, like what, like of all the avenues possible?
Everything is a divine download, man. That's what I've learned through the past, I would say, 4 years now.
Stop. Sorry. I'm sorry. That was dope. Everybody in the chat, please just type in divine download. Type in divine download. That was okay. Sorry. I hope I didn't disturb your train of thought, but that was heavy.
Nah, man. Like, I'll elaborate on that in terms of what I mean. Is the divine download. I'm very spiritual in nature, so I believe in God, and it doesn't matter what everybody else believes in. You do you, but this is for me, and there's a God, there's a source that speaks to me, not just through whispers, but through other people as well. And during that time, my mom was like, "You've been through a lot. Like, why don't you share your experiences with some of the schools?" Right? And I was like, "Actually, you're right." But I just didn't know how to do it. And the thing is, like, even though I didn't know what to do or what the first step was, it was just about taking action. It was about sending a message to somebody that led to another message, that led to another message, that led to another message, and meeting all these different people to a point where you finally get a chance where someone's going to give you an opportunity and open up their doors to say, "Hey, I love what you're presenting here. I love what you're pitching here." So I would say that the divine download came from my mom. The second thing was just the movement. I remember going to a Tony Robbins event that same year, and there was this this portion during the 4-day sessions. It's called Transformation Day, and this is where you actually release like all of your past hurts, all of any trauma that you had. And it was a really cool experience. This is when they actually shut the lights off, and he takes you to like this deep meditation. And I thought, like, oh my God, Tony Robbins, like, what is this, a cult? But it's not a cult. It's not like he's saying like, sign up to my program, you got to do it, this and that. He's just like, I'm really trying to help people really discover who they truly are. But it's through that sequence of that transformation day where all the lights came off, we took us through the sequence of the meditation, and all of a sudden you would hear people scream out, like, just because they're releasing all of their trauma. And I would say that was I would say that also helped kind of compound and build momentum for me to actually discover what I was doing. So it's like the divine download from my mom, the releasing all the negative trauma that I had, and then making room for new growth, new and it really helped me tune into my potential.
God, this is too much good stuff. I'm sorry. I got 2 questions for you, Reg. All right, if that's okay. I don't mean to mess up your thing, but this is too good, and so intrigued. So earlier you said you've become, or you are, unapologetic. Is that also new for you, or did you? Because being unapologetic is not necessarily new for me, but now it's a little bit different, right? Um, Now I'm unapologetic, but I don't have to have all the bravado about it. You know what I mean? Where when I was younger, lots of bravado, still didn't give a fuck about whatever, right? So for you, when you said you're unapologetic, is that new, different? What is that for you?
New. Back in the day, I was very shy. I didn't really want to, speak my mind. Didn't really want to put myself out there to be vulnerable or, scared of failure, just like a lot of us are. But this came over time, and it came because of those rock bottom moments that I had to endure and suffer through, to realize that it doesn't matter what other people say or what what they think about you. It's just like Les Brown, and I used to listen to Les Brown a lot, and he would always say this one thing where, whatever people say is none of your business. And that always stuck with me because I always cared about what other people thought. But now that I pushed that to the side, I'm doing so many things that I never saw myself doing at all, period. Like, yeah, shameless plug, this book, I never saw myself doing that. And the precursor to this was whispers that I got one day. Just, we're in the eye of the storm of the pandemic, and I was walking down the stairs, and I'm hearing this whisper. Believe it or not, people probably think I'm crazy, but again, it's spiritual. It's like it said, connect with the people. Connect with the people. I didn't know at that point in time what it was, but once I listened and leaned into that whisper, I discovered that it was my opportunity to actually facilitate Zoom meetings with a group of people to share with them my experiences of how I became unapologetic for who I am today. And because I put myself out there and I was vulnerable, people would then hit me up after, be like, "Oh my God, like this is very inspiring. How did you do this?" And week over week, I would continue going down that path to help them discover their other self.
All right.
So yeah.
So a couple of things. First, big up to a few people up in the chat. Miss G 1974. I saw that your first time up in this piece, so big up.
Miss G, what up with you?
Just Raju, Tanya Baker, big up.
Just
Miss
Raju, what up with you?
C, ma'am, big it up. Thank you. Welcome. If we missed anybody, sorry. We're just kind of entranced in Reggie Reg over here. There was another question I have, but I wanted to answer somebody's question as well. So we'll put this up to the two of us. Don't you have to be clear? See, I don't think so. I don't think I have to be clear. I have to be sound in what I feel and my conviction. And that's why, as long as I'm sound in my conviction and I understand that all the things that I have to consider. My kids can look at me, I don't look like that kind of stuff. Make sure I'm making the right decisions. Once I can do that, it doesn't matter. And I don't necessarily have to be clear to anybody else. But what do you think, Reggie? This was a question to you.
No, I think you took the words right out of my mouth. I don't think you have to be clear at all. I think you have to I think being unapologetic for who you are is very personal. So you just show up as who you are. You have, your guards are off. You don't really care about what other people think or have to say about what you're doing. You just live your life. At the end of the day, we have one life to live, right? And it's funny, like we could talk about multiple examples, but one that recently just came to my mind was Jamie Foxx. Like Instagram was popping off like today about like in the shade room about Jamie Foxx dating this white girl and this and that, or even Bronny going to prom with a white girl, and everybody was on it and everyone's in the comments, and I'm like, guys, let the people live their lives just like you and I. And if like you have time to watch what they're doing, then you're wasting your own time, right? Because they're living their life. You got to live your life. So being clear about being apologetic or what you're not apologizing for, that's up to you in terms of how you want to display that, how you want to demonstrate that, how you want to communicate that. Sometimes you don't even have to communicate at all. Silence is a privilege, and you could sit in that silence and just let things stir and manifest for itself, without having any outside external influence impact that. And sometimes there's beauty in that silence.
Well, thank you, Ms. G, for tuning in. 1974. What did you say 1974 was, Reg?
1974?
Yeah.
That might be the year that she was born. If I had to take a
and Brown Ting 80, that's the year she was born. Maybe it's the year of their favorite cars.
Maybe.
She said, nah. Look at that. So what's Cammy 23 then?
Cammy 23?
She's a baller, yo. She's a baller.
Yeah, she just likes
Jordan.
MJ. She likes MJ.
Jordan, yes.
Maybe.
Well, we figured out what Cammy 23 was the other day.
Did we? When?
What was it again? And we said, ask Cammy 23. How did that go again?
There you go.
Okay.
23 is my son's birthday.
Is it your Tiff son, Tammy? Cammy, sorry. Is it the Tiff son?
What about
the Tiff son?
Out 55. What is
today? You know who that is, Reg?
Yeah, I know who that is. Mr. Paul Choi.
Oh, jeez. Government.
Wow. So Cammy's son, if I'm not mistaken, had entered a film into the Toronto International Film Festival, and it got accepted. And I know that's something that they were celebrating today. I'm surprised that she's here, because I thought that she was going to be at that event.
No, she sent us the message that she's going to do her darndest to pop in. So much appreciated.
She did. Love you, Cammy. Thank you so much.
Oh.
All right, so we don't know what 55 is. Oh, pager code for SS. Come on now.
That's pretty cool. You guys are gangsters, yo. So what'd you do? You just pagered that to each other, yo? You guys losers.
No, we pagered.
You guys just sent straight 55 to each other.
Huh? We pagered 143 to each other.
143.
I was just about to say
55.
143.
355.
Love you.
Yo, 143 was a big thing though, man.
Are you kidding me?
What? That was the biggest
143
thing,
wasn't better than boobless, yo.
Boobless?
Yeah.
You said that too.
I don't know. I just learned how to spell all the bad words.
Flint, I had a hard time doing the hello on the pager for some reason.
Yeah, see, man, boob.
So, Reg,
we old, man. That's good.
Reg, you got sidetracked just a while ago. I'm sorry.
Yes,
but
sorry.
You were talking about you were at the Tony Robbins event and people were releasing trauma, and that did something for you.
Yeah, that I participated in that sequence. So releasing all that allowed me to pour in some new energy, which then allowed me to then take on new opportunities that I never thought were possible. It allowed me to release my limiting beliefs that I had about myself in terms of not feeling good enough, or, being scared or fearful of failing, being scared or thinking about what people thought about me. So just releasing all of that.
Release limiting beliefs.
Yeah, man. So
I read that.
You come into your own. And the thing is that, it's a practice that I still endure, like there's moments where I have to release some stuff. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, I'm still learning and growing. I'm still failing. I'm still making mistakes. I ain't perfect.
For sure.
Yes.
But that's all part of life.
For sure.
Yeah, you're just handling it differently now, right? Mm-hmm. And maybe you used to. Like, I don't get as down if I fail, and I'm struggle to use the word that I failed sometimes as well, right? Like, I didn't get maybe to the destination that I was looking for, but I'm still going, right? Just switch up. and carry on. So I try not to use that I failed too much. There's tasks that I don't do the way that I was supposed to, or target that I didn't fucking hit, something like that, right? But at the end of the day, did I put everything into it that I was supposed to put everything into it? That's all I can deal with, right? And if I put the proper energy into that stuff, then I'm good. And that's where I've become more apologetic or more unfazed by what people think, because like I said, as long as I walk into a situation and I did what I was supposed to do, right? Then that's
and it's like this one quote that it says, a man that makes no mistakes makes nothing at all. Like, I love that freaking quote. You know what I mean? Because it speaks to the idea of failing and what that means. You learn from it, and somebody said in the chat, you grow from it. That's the only way that we can. Sometimes you gotta get slapped, over the head 15 times so you can learn for that 16th lesson. But this is how it goes.
Yeah, for sure. You got to try. You have got to try, because if you don't try, you don't know what you can achieve. And like you said, the man who fails is better than doing nothing.
yeah.
That is
Growth
heavy.
for real. Yeah. So here, I wrote this question, I think like 17 times, Reggie. I want to make sure I get this right. And it's kind of good that you've been talking about your growth and where you've been and where you are right now. So here we go. What is the one thing that today's Reggie is that the old Reggie was not?
Trapped in a box. Before I was trapped in a box. What I mean by that, I was conforming to the ways of the world in terms of society, trying to act and be on par with societal norms. I would build up try to go with the flow in terms of making sure that, okay, well, can I get that stable family? I remember trying so hard to be with the mother of my children. That didn't work out, but I was building up a resistance there internally. I knew that it wasn't going to be a good, environment for all of us. And then even the jobs that I had in the past too, they didn't really serve me in terms of, they weren't fulfilling. You know what I mean? In terms of getting in tune with my spirit, in terms of what I wanted to do. It was really truly conforming to what the corporate world really wanted from me in terms of meeting their own objectives, but me dismissing, what really got me going throughout the days, what got me going in terms of growth. How can I make tremendous impact? And just, swimming in those lanes really and truly hurt me internally. But the person I am now, it's, people would tell me like, why don't you just focus on one thing? And I'll be like, nah, man, there's no point of focusing on one thing. If I am gifted with multiple talents, why not utilize that to the best of my abilities? You know what I mean? Because if I take a multifaceted approach, then I can make multiple ripples of impact that is not segmented towards one group. What I mean by that is, if I'm doing the workshops with the students, that's one segment. If I was doing the live shows on LinkedIn, that's another segment of people, right? If I'm writing that book, I'm opening up a new segment of people that I could reach that I never reached before, right? And we're all put on this earth to make the impact, and we all have gifts and talents that we haven't really discovered because we're letting our circle hold us back. We're letting fear hold us back. We're letting fear of success, failure, all that jazz. So the person that you're seeing right now is not that I'm just throwing darts at the wall, because sometimes that's what it is, but because I want to see what sticks, but what's in alignment with my spirit, right? Sometimes there will be misalignment, but then more of a redirection towards what is aligned with my purpose. My purpose right now is to really and truly build up the future leaders of tomorrow. Do I know how I'm going to do that on a large scale? I don't know, but I got to continue putting in those reps. And as I continue putting down those reps, I might meet other people that might be able to help me expand and scale globally. Who knows?
You guys have no idea. I am so happy I fucking wrote that question 17 different times. Fitz knows. Big up to Chico Singh for being in here in the first place. Big up Chico Singh for the bits. Big up to Channel 9 for the bits. Reggie, like I was telling Fitz, and I was telling the people earlier, I'm sure you heard a little bit, but it was nice to Google you a little bit, right? Like we haven't seen each other in a while, right? We used to see each other quite regularly, right?
Every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday at minimum, right?
Every Tuesday night.
And to Google you the other day, right? I mean, I see you on the gram. Okay, I do, right? But then to also, hear you now too, man. Big up to you, brother. So this is good stuff that you're doing for a lot of people, and you're impacting people, man. So that's dope shit, man. Big up to Foxy awesome. G in the house as well.
For sure. You need to change the Techie Reggie page to Guru Reggie.
Guru Reggie, yeah, right.
Guru Reggie.
Far from a guru. Far from a guru.
No, man, that's good stuff, man.
Far from in a box.
But there's also one thing I want to mention too, that dovetails back to your question, Bennett. It's like other things that I wouldn't have done. I remember 2020, a coworker was saying, you should try acting. And I was like, me acting?
Right.
Never. But there's a saying where it's like people often see the greatness in you before you actually discover the greatness within yourself. And I remember trying it out. I said, okay, I'll try it. I had no clue what I was doing. No clue. Like, here I am rehearsing lines. Here I am doing these self-tapes and, submitting them and getting rejected left, right, and center. I remember one time I was trying to rehearse these lines for 4 hours. Like, I kid you not, 4 hours. And I got so frustrated where I'm like, you know what? I can't do this anymore, man. And I went to bed. And the next morning I said, okay, get up and just do it. So I did it for another hour. So 5 hours in total. And that was like one of my first like actual speaking parts in an actual commercial. And it was just featuring me. It was an Enbridge commercial. So the point of me talking about that example is that you got to try these new things because you got to build new muscle. You don't know the gifts and talents that you have until you actually try them.
I'm gonna write that down for one of Fitz's videos. Build new muscle. That'll be in a video. That's like a hashtag or something. Devine download and build new muscle. Wicked.
And one for Nat's in a box.
In the box.
In a box.
He was in the box. He was deep in the box, Nads. And he just busts out of the box.
Sounds like an innuendo for something. Am I missing something?
I mean,
I don't know. It seemed to resonate with Nads in the chat just a while ago.
Yeah, she's talking about the box.
Pandora's box? Which box?
Maybe.
Box?
I don't know whose box.
We got a question. If you can inspire one person to be, it's not a question. It's
a thought.
It's a thought. I guess piggybacking off of what you were just saying. If you can inspire one person to be a better person, it is the most gratifying feeling. Giving back and building a community of change is passion. Beautiful.
It's interesting when I love that. I love that in terms of building community. I'm glad that person mentioned that because I feel like we don't do it enough. What you guys are doing is exactly that. Is an example, a great example of building community. You could go from talking about whatever, making jokes and this and that, and then shifting gears into something more serious. But at the end of the day, you're building community and adding value towards the people that are engaged in this community. It does create that ripple effect. And I always want to encourage you guys to keep doing your thing. If you guys are at 45 right now, double that, right? Or triple that.
I appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it.
1 billion episodes.
And I just want to say that you inspire me, man.
Mm-hmm. That's good, Reggie. I'm happy to have you here. I think I told you that already, but now I'll say it with everybody watching. Happy to have you here.
I appreciate you guys. No, thank you for having me.
I'm glad I didn't have to go through your manager.
My manager.
your agent.
You know
My
a guy.
agent.
We know a guy. All right, let's switch up speeds. You ready?
Let's do it.
All right. No, here we go. Wait. Do you prefer movies or television shows?
TV shows, because I find that the movies right now, they're just the creativity is lost in a lot of them. So you're seeing a lot of reboots right now, and they're just mashing up the originals. So in terms like of original thought-provoking material or content through movies, I don't see it. I see it through TV.
I hear that.
There's a lot of good TV series out there.
Yeah, and I find that let me try this. Let me try that. You got to commit to it a little bit. You got to give it a couple episodes, and sometimes some certain shows turn out to be the bomb, and they're not necessarily on the top 10 trending list, you know? So
I kind of feel like any show you start and you give a chance is going to be the bomb. That's how I feel like right now, because I feel like there's nothing that I turn on that if you give it a chance, you're not compelled to like want to see how it ends.
No, that's true. But no, there's some shows that I cut off.
Which one?
TBH.
Which one? I know there's one that pissed you off the other day. I forget which one that was. But you watched it till the end. You watched it until it pissed you off at the end.
What show is that?
The woman in the house across the street from the guy
woman in the house across the street from the garbage can on the curb.
Yeah.
What Robert Munch TV show is that? Who made up that?
No, man, it was lit till the last episode, man. For real, it's on Netflix, man. It's the woman in the house from the girl across the street, something like that. Reality TV, a little bit of reality TV. Some reality TV's dope.
What's your favorite reality TV show right now?
My favorite reality TV show is American Big Brother, and then Survivor is coming back hard because Survivor, they switched up Survivor a little bit. I don't watch like when I maybe when you asked me about reality TV, you thought I was going to say like the Kardashians or Housewives or some shit, but that's my type of reality show is Big Brother and Survivor.
Yo, Big Brother's an oldie and a goodie, man.
Yo, man. Man. Survivor is still on. They switched that shit up. It is hype. Survivor is riveting television, man. Survivor is human whatever at its finest, man. Go. Take it and go.
Season 500. My favorite reality TV show is NBA on TNT.
That's a good one still.
Halftime show.
The halftime show, huh?
You know, Chuck and Ernie and Shaq and
Kenny. Those guys are
out of the four, who's your favorite?
Huh?
Out of the four, who's your favorite?
I think they all make one.
They all make one?
They all make one.
What if you had to pick one though?
Chuck. I guess it has to be Chuck.
Chuck, huh?
Charles Barkley, yeah, he's my favorite. I guess he has to be my favorite. I have to choose one.
It's Ernie, man.
But I feel like they all
Ernie.
Like I think each one of them makes the other great.
It's Ernie makes them all great, man.
Ernie, huh?
He makes them all great. No, for real. No, they're all good, but Ernie's
the conductor. He's the maestro.
Yeah, man. He's got that, man.
Like if we're watching like the Olympics, I would love to watch Kenny the Jet run the 100-meter dash.
Kenny versus they should all run it.
Yo, the man runs way too pretty, man.
Oh, that is a good reality show, though, Fitz. Yo, Golden State's gonna win.
That's what it looks like.
I think it's over.
Since we're there.
Oh shit.
Since we're there.
This guy. Go ahead.
I am proud to say that Pascal Siakam has been announced as all NBA third team?
All NBA 13.
Yeah, man. So got to big up Pascal for that. All NBA first team was Devin Booker, Luka, Jason Tatum, Giannis, and Nikola Jokic.
Yo, the way I think, Bennett, I've studied Whopper for years, you know. Don't let him fool you, man. This is how he started his campaign for veganism, and he's trying to get people on the same team. He's doing it with Pascal Siakam, bro.
I know, guys.
He is, man.
I know.
Don't buy into the foolery, man.
Let me tell you something. I didn't put him on the third team, you know. The people put him on the third team.
Who put him there?
Whoever.
No, but you know what? You know what? I had a counteraction for you. But you know what?
Everyone's throwing tomatoes at you because of Pascal, man.
They're not throwing tomatoes. Maybe they are.
No, they're only throwing tomatoes because we're talking sports. It's okay. It's okay. It's our passion.
But I will say that not seeing Jimmy Butler on the list somewhere is a thing.
There you go. Butler for Pascal.
Butler for Pascal. Butler for Trae Young. Get out of here. Talking about
Pascal.
Sorry.
Anyways, Reggie.
Where do you see Pascal going with this?
What do you mean? Another championship maybe one day? Is that what you mean? Because he's already got one.
Maybe if he joins J. Cole on the Scarborough team. The Scarborough Blues? Is he playing for the Scarborough Blues?
Oh my God. He joins J. Cole on the Scarborough Blues. Yo, who told J. Cole to come sign with the Scarborough team?
Yo, man.
Yo, he needs to fire his agent. That's not your agent, Reggie. He's not the same agent.
It's a cold world, man. Jeez. Watch right. Sydney though. Blues like movies. Easy, Sydney.
You gotta watch that, man.
So we know what Sydney's answer is: TV or movies. She's watching movies.
Oh man! All right.
Scarborough Patty Raiders.
Patty Raiders.
Take Al.
All right. Speaking of Raptors, who is your favorite Toronto Raptor of all time?
Muggsy Bogues.
Who is the best Toronto Raptor of all time?
After Muggsy Bogues? That would be Popeye Jones. After Popeye Jones, AC Earl.
What? Who brought this guy, man?
After AC Earl?
I don't want to ask you guys any more questions.
Who'd you say?
Oliver Miller.
Oliver Miller makes the list once again. No,
that's 5?
One more.
Yes. Okay, one more to round it off.
Might as well.
Rafael Araujo.
Hoffa. I don't know how people can't have Hoffa. Everybody should have Hoffa in their fucking top 5. Bro. Yo, Hoffa with that free throw line jumper.
Am I the only guy in Toronto with his jersey? Did I buy that like way too soon?
Maybe
when he first got drafted.
Too soon.
Yeah.
Ambitious.
Yeah.
Cindy, you were here early, so like I said, to me, it's Reg, man. Reg. So yeah, we can drop a couple bows here and there. Yeah, who brought this guy? He brought them. God damn it. I'm happy he brought him though. Anywho, so that was your favorite Reggie, man. All right.
Okay.
No.
Like a sleeper. I'd probably have to say Vince Carter.
Vince Carter's your sleeper?
Yeah. Sleeper pick.
Master P. Yeah. He was my favorite 10-day contract Raptor player.
I actually wanted this guy to make the team for real. Of course, I wanted him to make the team.
Like, of course you did. You're a gangster rapper.
But I realized that this guy was bigger than any NBA player in the league. How could he be a NBA player? Like J. Cole. What's J. Cole doing? What is J. Cole doing anyways?
What is he doing?
Can he just build a basketball court in his backyard like Drake and
like Drizzy? Yo, Drizzy's killing his boys. Yo, Drizzy just tapes people. That's what I do to you two guys. I just have to now videotape me killing these two guys right now.
But yeah, like, what do you need? But Bennett and Junior, what do you think about that dynamic? You talk about playing ball in Drake's house. Like, is the rules of engagement that like you kind of have to let him like score a bunch of buckets on you?
If he was Drake, like
because like what if you
Fitz was
embarrass
Drake?
him? He's not gonna invite you back to play ball.
No, if Fitz was Drake, Drake could be singing songs about not being happy because he's losing basketball games. And
Stop this. It might be a little bit more detrimental than see this guy with his pizza slice.
Bro, these guys,
it might be a little bit more detrimental than him just not inviting you back, because I mean, if you're embarrassing him, it's live on. It'll be on recorded, posted to the gram. They're not posting it. That's not coming out.
That's not coming out.
So the only thing that's coming out is when he's icing you.
What do you see on the ground?
Drake
you just see Drake
just wetting it up, right? You don't
Drake
see Drake like getting threes in his head top, dunked on.
Nah, Drake's just
like we have to be mindful. He's got his son there watching the game too. It's like, you know, when Will Smith played Malibu on the Fresh Prince.
When he played Marcus Stokes.
Yeah, man. You got to be mindful of that, man.
He goes, I don't need your pity. I come from the hood just like you.
Jeez. People coming hard for the vegans.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what's going on in the world? What else is going on in the world? Second last time Drake got dunked on. That's hilarious.
So, Reg, let me ask you. How did you transition into author?
Yeah, that's a good question. Seeds were planted. What I mean by that is 2019, I remember on lunch break, I was reading a book, and a coworker said, "Hey, what book are you reading?" And I gave him the title of the book, and he stops me after I gave him the title, and he goes, "You know what? You need to stop reading other people's books, and you got to write your own book." So that was like the first seed, and I was just like, "Can I write a book?"
What were you reading?
It was called The Happiness Pursuit, not The Pursuit of Happiness, but The Happiness Pursuit. And it was a mixture of different people's stories in terms of different journeys that they took on in their life. Mm-hmm. Like this one guy, he gave up, you know, riding in cars and would just walk everywhere. Mm-hmm. He did that for like about a year and a bit. You know, other people had a variety of different other missions, but that kind of gave me the inspiration that I needed to actually write the book. But at that point in time, I didn't. The second seed that was planted was when I was doing the show on LinkedIn. This random person from South Africa reached out to me, and she goes, "Man, I really love your show. You should actually write a book about this." And then that was like the kicker that I needed. I'm like, maybe I could do it. Mm-hmm. And I kind of took that concept of what The Happiness Pursuit did, where they collected a bunch of different stories, but then I actually integrated the concept from that movie Crash. I don't know if you guys ever watched it back in the day. Where a bunch of different people going through different walks of life, and then at the end, everything kind of comes together, right? So that's exactly what I did. I took different pieces of and elements of different people's stories that came on that I interviewed. They talked about their life struggles and how they overcame the challenges within their life. And I also intertwined my own personal story in there. And then I intertwined the impacts of what the pandemic has done as a society. So it's more of like that interwoven approach, blending in struggle, triumph, victory, and just inspiration.
In all your stories that you that you've heard from the people that you've interacted with, was there anyone that like hit you like a ton of bricks, or that like left a mark on you?
Yeah, Timothy Matu. He's actually Canadian, and he's about what I want to say 3 foot something. So vertically challenged, right? And he's an engineer by trade, and he left his job just on a whim because he had it within his spirit that he needed to like make an impact within the world. Mm-hmm. And he decided to quit his job, and start up his own foundation where he wanted to actually help provide running water to different parts in Africa. And through that journey, he actually met like different presidents from different tribes, within Africa. So I thought that was very inspirational because it was just like, man, I'm going to give up my 9-to-5 job paying me some good money, being vertically challenged, but then also facilitating a team and building and creating a team to actually go out on this path to help make an impact on the world.
So, Reggie, man, you're killing me with this shit, man. Just to be honest, you're killing me. This is good stuff that you're doing. Like, I don't know. I like to tell people how I feel. So these are some good stories that I'm hearing from you.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
But the awesome part of this whole thing is what's inspiring me right now, and it is
So before
and you mentioned it earlier.
Can you hold that for me 1 second, Fitz?
Go ahead.
Priscilla in the 6. Big up on the raid. There's a few people that just popped into the chat. So Priscilla, thank you for the raid. Who's new up in here? What's this? Diva Muscles. Good evening. Kobe Hustles back up in here. And everybody else. Thank you, Priscilla. Sorry, Fitz.
No problem. So just going off of what you said in regards to you're appreciating everything that Reggie's saying, and he's killing you with the stuff that he's saying, and just to kind of reference what Reggie said earlier, is he said something about like putting into practice the things that you want to do, right? And the repetition. And when I'm thinking about Reggie and all the things that he's doing right now, all it is really is action.
Yep.
Really, like what he's telling us right now is it's action. You know what I mean?
Go get it. Go get it.
If you want to, as he's saying, discover your other self or find out who you are that you're not being. It really is just action, because he just said, somebody planted a seed about maybe you should write your own book, and I'm sure he probably thought about it, and probably even thought about ways to do it, but thinking and acting are two different things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody else comes and gives him another tidbit on how to a strategy on how to approach it. Then now he's like, I have the idea, I have a strategy, and again he could have just sat with that, but nothing materializes until action, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
And so there's something I heard one time where it says you're not your body, you're not your handicap, you're not your thoughts, you are your actions.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I always used to think you are your thoughts, but you're not your thoughts, you're your actions. So yeah, and Reggie doing his actions, being consistent, continually practicing everything that he's saying is what's bringing all this amazement to us right now. And I appreciate you for that. Like I said, bro, you inspire me, man.
Nah, man.
Thank you for the perpetual forward movement, man.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, it's that's one of the biggest things that I learned, Junior, is taking massive action. The thoughts is part of the formula in terms of the way that you see yourself, the way that you perceive yourself. We could think about ideas all day, every day, but ideas are nothing until you execute them. And that's the associated actions that come with that execution. So you always have to put that into play, like the stuff that I'm building, like on, behind the scenes that I don't talk about. It's sometimes I amaze myself because, again, these are all divine downloads that I know that I have mission work to do.
Divine download in the chat. Divine download in the chat.
Sometimes those missions I run from it because I'm like, you want me to do this?
Mm-hmm.
I can't, like. And then that's when and I hate using that word because it's overplayed, like that imposter syndrome. Because to me, it's like, it's stupid. It's all in us to actually be who we want to be if we're willing to take the action, as you mentioned, to become. So that's why I say imposter syndrome, I hate it, because you could become anything that you want. You know, when they say like, fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
You can't even say that anymore. You got to fake it till you become.
Mm.
Fake it till you become means you got to put the work in. You got to do the research. You got to build the networks to become that individual that you can be.
Fake it till you become. Guru Reggie, come on, man. Come on now. New Instagram page. New Instagram page. New Instagram page. Guru Reggie.
Who'd have thunk it? This dope, man. This dope. Did we ask him this one? The other one? All right. So again, about your transformation, right? I hope we didn't ask this, because if we ask this question, it's going to be a disaster for me. Everybody's going to make fun of me in the chat. When and or how do you feel that you turned your corner? When you believed in everything that you're doing right now, from whatever it was before to, was there a moment? Was there a time? It sounded like it happened quick, but was there something that you just looked back half a second later and said, yo, this is it. This is where I get it now?
It's a good question.
I try.
I don't think personally that I have turned the corner yet fully. I feel like there's a lot more runway to go, a lot more failures to make. But again, through those failures, there's a lot more learning. And as I continue down the path by taking action, as we've been talking about, receiving the divine downloads and being obedient to it, I think that will help me turn that corner that you're talking about. I think I'm just on the verge of, really and truly coming into my own. But I'm still making headway, but that headway to me is not going to materialize until I complete certain missions. It's funny because I wasn't really, this came into my mind today, as I wasn't preparing for this, because I don't like to prepare for conversations like this. I like to have it organically, but I keep always getting within my spirit of healing. I think there's a lot of healing that needs to happen, not only within me personally, but also how I can inspire others to go on their own healing journey. I think that will open up the doors for a lot more abundance, a lot more fulfillment. There's still some things in my spirit that I'm still, fearful of, but I'm overcoming that. And that's why I'll say to you and answer that question saying that I haven't completely turned the corner yet. I know there's a lot more to come that I'm building.
Right.
But that's the good part. And then what's amazing is the continual perpetual motion that you're in, because I mean, if you stop, the momentum stops, and the divine downloads that you were used to receiving may just halt. You know what I mean? So it's awesome that you're in continual motion, because then you just travel to the next download.
Download, man.
You travel to the next download.
And it's crazy. Like I built like this framework where it's called the time matrix, and it's in the book too, where and I developed a lot of these things again when I was going through tough times, right? During my rock bottom moment. And I think a lot of people don't realize how much that rock bottom moment actually helps you discover who you could actually be. I remember TD Jakes talks about the parallels between being in the dark room and making that analogy between, pictures being developed in the dark room. Like we often are in that dark space, but in that dark room, that beautiful picture is being developed. So if you are able to sustain some of those hard moments and have faith, you could get through any situation that you are faced with.
So, Fitz, hold up the book. So everybody, just in case you weren't sure, and it's not in the title of the whatchamacallit, this is Reggie Waterman. Fitz is holding up his book, Discover Your Other Self. So if you guys like what you're hearing, I kind of like what I'm hearing. I don't have the book to show you. Gosh darn it, I'm going to get the book as soon as we're done here.
Well, you have to get the book sooner or later because it's going to be. We're going to do it in the book club eventually.
Did you notice? I just like to say that in the book club we had a vote, and my 2 books were the top 2 votes that I put into the book club. But anyways, Discover Your Other Self. All this that Reggie's talking about is up in that piece. Yeah.
Is your book on Audible? Because if it's not, I'll volunteer and I'll read it. I'll be the voice.
Listen,
I'll volunteer as well.
You could definitely be the voice. Because I've been waiting on Morgan Freeman, and he's taking too long to get back to me, man.
No, but back to the TD Jakes things you were saying just a while ago. T-Dot, you mentioned something when we were discussing before, where you say you suffer more in imagination than in reality. And that kind of brings me to you suffer more in your imagination than in reality. And that kind of brings me to what Reggie's saying in regards to, being in that dark place. And if you can sustain the development of who you're going to be in that dark place, you'll eventually come out and have figured yourself out and be all right. But a lot of our suffering does happen in what we think may occur or may be. And when you just come on, maybe just face whatever situation, you sometimes find out it's not as bad as you imagine.
Yeah, man. So
what's that saying? Every setback is a setup for something beautiful, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good saying. Saying.
So there's a program that I went through. There's a program that I went through. And one of the last mantras that they said is every breakdown is an opportunity for a breakthrough.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So same basic premise.
That was dope.
Right. So whenever, for instance, you're on your forward motion and something goes wrong, some people give up. Like, man, like something's always going wrong, so they give up. But then it's like, nah, you need that shit to break down. Because you need to build your calluses, right? You need to build. You need to go through the breakdown so you can figure out how to get your breakthroughs. Because if nothing never goes wrong, then how you ever gonna be able to, know how to get through these breakthroughs, right? So it's like for every breakdown is an opportunity for a breakthrough.
That's so true. That's so true. Because it's through those moments of the pain and the suffering, like you said, that's where you build up that callus. And I remember David Goggins would talk about that too in his book about building up that callous mindset,
What a monster that guy is.
So,
all right.
You just made me look at my hand, look at my calluses. Like,
look at my calluses. Question.
I don't got David Goggins calluses.
Question from the chat for Reggie Reg from Diva Muscles. What propelled you to where you are? What's the motivation and the end stake?
That's a good question, Diva Muscles. What propelled me to where I'm at now? So, yeah, as I mentioned, it was going through that rock bottom moment. Just a quick high level glance of what that was. It was
that is actually the next question, so we can tie these up into two.
Yeah, like
2 birds, 1 stone.
If y'all recall the and some of y'all I know are just tuning in now, but I talked about being in this box. So I was in a box mentally. That's how I felt being within the corporate rat race of that 9 to 5. And I remember being in this one particular industry, and I went from one company to the next company, which is the competitive company. And the way that I departed my original company to go to the competitors was not in the best taste of the of my original company. As a result, they actually came after me and they went to the competitor and said, you can't hire this guy. Even after they hired me and I started, I was there for like about a week, and they actually prevented me from from working. And
Wow.
the competitive company said, okay, well, we can't bring you on. And that was the first time in my life that I was unemployed. And I know you might be saying, well, man, you just lost your job. Like, that's it. Like, you have to understand, blinders on for me was like, this was
Your life.
it. This was my industry. I've been climbing, and I've been putting in those cycles. I've been building those reps for 12 plus years. I'm gonna make it to that pinnacle in terms of where I want it to be title wise. So that all came crashing down, and now my reputation is like thrown out the door. And I was pretty much on my face. And at that same time, I have 2 kids that I have to support. I do pay child support, and I do pay a hefty amount. And on top of that, I got a mortgage. So how am I going to sustain that? To this day, I haven't even told my kids that situation happened, because I knew that I was going to get back on my feet, which I did 6 months later. But during that period of 6 months, there was a lot of pain. There was a lot of turmoil mentally. I had to, just being vulnerable. I was crying a lot. I was like, man, this is my life. Like, this is my livelihood. How am I going to get back to that spot in terms of making that same salary? How am I going to now shift into a new industry that's brand new to me? I'm gonna have to probably start at the bottom somewhere. These are all some of the negative thoughts that I had. But what that rock bottom moment did for me and how it propelled me is that I got closer to God. I connected with God. I would say my daily affirmations. I remember I would have all these Post-it notes, and my wall in my bedroom looked like a freaking when you're trying to solve, like, you see in the movies, you're trying to solve a murder. Like, I would actually have a bunch of Post-it notes with all these sayings, and I had my goals on top, and with underneath each goal, I had specific actions that I needed to take. And remember that word, the A word that you mentioned, Junior, in terms of taking action. So every time I took the action, I would take the Post-it note off the wall, because I would say, it's completed, it's done. But then I would start meditating. I would start meditating on God. I would listen to God and figure out what direction I need to go in. So that's what really propelled me. But what I really discovered during that period, remember when I said, oh my God, like, how am I gonna get back to that salary?
Yeah.
Man, God is good, because I actually came out a lot better. I moved into a new industry. I was getting paid more than what I was getting at the other job, right? And I was celebrated in that company that I went to, because over time I demonstrated my value. Right. I came up with programs. I developed that program for UFT. I developed like a minimal viable product for a web application that I'm still working on. Like, all these things came into my mind. I did the podcast, all these other things. So that's what actually helped create momentum and help me discover these gifts and talents that I didn't have. And if it wasn't for that moment, I would have still been in that same industry, going through the motions of that 9-to-5 job. And there's one point that I missed in the story. The day that the competitive company said that they couldn't take me on, I remember going to them. I was on the GO train, and I came off the GO train, and it stopped at Union, and then you'd have to take the TTC to get to the other stop, to my final destination. And I remember watching all these people come off the GO train, walk up the stairs to Union Station, and there's this voice that said to me, "Do you want to do this for the rest of your life? Do you want to go through this rat race?" And that was the point where I was like, "Nah, I don't. I don't want to do it." And then fast forward, I have so much flexibility in terms of what I'm doing, and I'm actually living out some of the missions that I got to do right now.
Awesome.
Amen to that, for real. Oh, that's good.
What was the second part? Did I miss the second part of the question?
Oh man, hang on.
What's that? What's the final stake?
So the final stake is in my mind, it's to try to figure out how I could take my initiatives that I am working on globally
and conquer the world. Did you just say conquer the world?
No,
I think so. This guy's man's playing Risk, yo.
Nah, but it's
Mr. Smithers, Mr. Burns.
it's figuring out how it's trying to figure out how to be revolutionary. You know what I mean? Like, can I be successful at it? I don't know. I'm just gonna, give it to God, and if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. But at least I got to take action to see if I could actually do something to make global impact. Mm-hmm. So if it starts from some of these programs and branches out and it scales into programs that could be, be implemented internationally, man, I'm gonna still try.
Well, let us know how we can help. Yeah. Let us know what part we could play in, creating that global impact. And down to assist.
Thank you.
Assist. That's dope. That's dope. All right, couple shout outs. Ready, Fitz? First shout out is tomorrow night, May 25th, Boom Boom Chat Room with Natalie Wilson. That should be a good show. If you've been on the break room before, then you know why I think it'd be a good show. But
High Heel Diaries.
High Heel Diaries on the BBCR. That's what's coming.
Sorry?
She's a birthday girl, huh?
Yeah, she had a birthday out. Yesterday was her birthday.
Go, Natalie. It's your birthday. Go.
Happy birthday, Natalie.
So that's what's up. Drift, June 26th.
Drift, June 26th.
Brought to you by Couture and
Jade Event Management.
Jade Event Management with DJ Ron C and
Roots Redemption.
So you guys, follow the links. You know what's up. Drift is going to be the dopest boat of the summer. What else we got coming up? We got DJ Che La Soul with Denise Jojo. Love Language, the Slow Jam Clash, which is DJ Star Q, Kid Arctic, and Celebrity Drew. That is June the 1st. We might maybe talk about that a little bit next week. We'll see how that goes. But I think we might talk about that a little bit next week. See if we can catch a vibe on what might happen the next day. Did I catch everything? Those are all the shout outs right now. Is there anything else on the list for a shout out? Shout out to all y'all. Big up for being here.
So anybody that is in this chat that is a streamer, anybody that has a show, whether you're a DJ, whether you're a streamer, put your stream up so we can share it with everybody, so everybody can see, so everybody can follow.
You got a link, you got a whatever, man. Pop it in the chat. Spread love. Whatever it is. You like to take pictures, post your gram. You like to, you got a good LinkedIn profile, post that shit.
We got IQ Remix Wednesdays from 9 to 11.
There you go. Oh, we got lots of, wait, hang on. We got more of those. Hang on. DJ Che La Soul, Easy Like Sunday Morning, Sundays, 11 a.m. DJ Ron C. DJ Ron C's on like 3 times a week, right?
Yeah.
Right? Wait, Mondays, that's Reggae Monday.
And
then he's got the BBCR After Show, right?
Wednesdays at 8 p.m.
Does it have a name? That one? And then there's Soca Saturdays.
Chat Room After Party.
There's Soca Saturdays.
Saturdays.
Boom Boom Chat. We got DJ Channel 9. That's Studio B on Mondays, 6:45.
That's right.
Guys, we don't have notes here. Mindset Sundays, 6 p.m., right?
7 p.m.
7 p.m. Who are their friends of the break room? Celebrity Drew, Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. and many pop-ups. That man might be the hardest working man on the Twitch.
We got Dat Boy Jer.
Fridays.
10 up. That Boy Jer 10 up on Fridays at 6 p.m.
Yeah, man.
Liquid mean forward, gunshot mean rewind. We hear gunshot, so we rewind.
Chico Sing, Game Time.
Game Time was dope on Thursday.
7 p.m. We got Agile, right? We said Agile.
Weekly at 5 p.m.
5 p.m. Monday to Thursday. Fridays 11 a.m. Seashells, big up Seashells. Thursdays 8 p.m.
Thursdays at 8 p.m.
D1 Demas in the house, big it up. Did we
Is
miss
that
people?
is that Demas? The Demas?
No. It's a
different
Demas. This is the Demos, but it's not
that
the
Demas.
Demos.
Not that Demas.
It's not that
Not
Demos.
that Demas. The
No,
different Demas.
you're thinking of S Rock.
Yeah. Okay.
You're thinking of Brass Monk. This is the original Demos.
Original.
BK Sweetest Music behind the mic, Saturday 7 p.m. Oh, did we miss
BK
stuff?
Sweetest Music.
While I was doing all that talking, did we miss stuff? Wait, hang on. BK Sweetest Music, BK Sweetest Music, Channel 9, y'all. There's Ron C. I think we got almost everybody. Big up to Che Lasso on his 2-year anniversary. I was lit this weekend.
Yo, I love that, man. Like, there's a bunch of streamers out here. I like that.
Yo, it's crazy, man. Community.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Community.
So how did you choose to do LinkedIn as your avenue of streaming?
Yeah, that's a good question. I always felt like, because I didn't really know what I was doing at first.
Okay.
But I had, more followers on LinkedIn than I do on Instagram. So I was like, in my mind, I'm like, okay, if I try to do something on IG that's like more for celebrities like you, I'm not a celebrity. So listen, we see your lives on IG. But no, I just felt that based on the type of content that I was posting on LinkedIn, I could actually see the engagement and that it was really resonating with that crowd. So I decided to go down that path.
Okay. Yeah, because that was pretty cool. Because I had never I hadn't seen anybody like operate on LinkedIn in that manner. That was the first time I seen anybody operate like that, and I was like, "This is cool. Like, pretty impressive. This is pretty like cutting edge, especially for that platform in my eyes.
Yeah, and it's cool, man, even to have like Blind Fury like on LinkedIn. He was like,
Blind Fury.
What am I doing on LinkedIn?
What is this? What is this Blind Fury?
Stop. About? You know Blind Fury? Blind Fury is the blind freestyle rapper on 106 & Park, and he was like, probably true, the longest running battle champion.
Good night, Tanya Baker. I did not know that. Thank you for coming by, Tanya Baker. Hope to see you soon.
Tanya Baker, thank you.
Thank you, Tanya Baker.
Diva Muscles streams Monday, Wednesday, Friday. All things fitness. What?
You're doing a muscle up there, Diva Muscle.
What time?
You're too stretch, yo.
What time? Cindy, let's rope in and get into Diva Muscles stream.
There we go.
There's a Pandora's Box stream.
Yeah, Pandora's Box. She works out with us every morning.
Oh yeah.
Online here.
What?
Prince Styles, what's up with you, bro?
Big up, Prince Styles.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you for your post. Big up.
So what made you choose? Okay, since Diva Muscles, put up her fitness stream now, what made you choose CrossFit as opposed to the other type of?
As opposed to veganism?
Stop it. As opposed to veganism.
Is there a veganism hedonism chapter?
I don't know. When I was at hedonism, I wasn't a veganism.
You guy, that's gross.
What's
when you
gross?
Think about it.
What?
Nothing. I'm not going to even say it because it's gross what you just said, guy. You'll figure it out later.
You're gross.
You should have had all vegetables at hedonism. This guy's saying he had all the meat at hedonism. This guy like, what the hell? This guy's like, I didn't eat any fucking vegetables at hedonism. I didn't eat any fucking vegetables, man. I was not fucking vegan at hedonism.
He's all about the meats.
This guy's like, nah, I was on the buffet. Yo, Nads, you heard it here first, man. You heard it. Man said, I ain't no vegan when I went to hedonism. I was on break. Could be wrong. Paulie Lopez, big up.
Oh, man.
Thank you for stopping by. Sorry.
Pineapples, man. Pineapples.
Is there a question?
Yes, please. Pineapples. Thank you.
Yeah,
pineapples,
man. No,
safe word.
So no, honestly, CrossFit, man, for good going a good life for like a long time was like, man, I'm just wasting my time. I'm not really seeing any progress. So I wanted something to challenge me. So that's what I did. The CrossFit.
So how did you know CrossFit was the thing to try? Like,
I didn't know. I was just like, I heard it's tough. I heard it's very challenging. I'm like, I don't know much about it. People saying like it's like a cult and this and that. And I was like, okay, well, what's this cult about? And I did it, tried it, totally different. And then I realized, man, I was wasting so much time going to Good Life because you just be in between sets at Good Life, you're just on the phone like this, right? But there it's very concentrated, and I find it more effective.
Now that you say that, it sounds like CrossFit is a metaphor for life. Just perpetual motion.
Wow.
Just perpetual action. And then you see your result. You know what?
Wow.
That's the one right there, man. CrossFit is life.
That's it right now? You're done?
That's
no more
man.
veganism? Straight to CrossFit?
No. CrossFit is life.
Straight meat, homie. This guy.
you should. Why don't you go to hedonism?
Never. Not that kind of hedonism that you go to, man. I'm gonna go to sheetonism. That's where I'm gonna go. All right. It's 11:10, everybody. Big up to all the people that have been shouting it out for like 5 minutes in the chat. Thank you, people. I appreciate that. Everybody looking forward to this shit. Reggie Reg at 11:11. All the people here are going to join in just energy. We're just going to the energy all together. We're going to make a big ball of energy. And then at the end of it, Fitz says something and then we're good. So if you subscribe to Pizza in the Break Room, like Mrs. Ron C, you got an 11:11 emote. So if you're here and you do, and if you don't have an emote, that's all right too. But in let's say about 5 seconds, it'll be 11:11, and it is now 11:11. So all the good energy, y'all, fix your clock, Nads. All the good energy up in the chat. All these things we talked about, manifesting, divine downloads. If you feel that, and then you feel that right now, everybody push it up. Push it up. Thank you again, all y'all, for being here.
Put in your mind's eye what it is you desire.
Yeah, man. Just think about it.
Absorb all this energy here.
As we can see from this conversation, you can do anything you fucking want. As long as you kind of get on it and get towards it, right? So that is actually what is up. If you're not doing something, it's just ultimately because we're not doing something, right? So let's do something. Let's take all this energy and do something. 11:11's in the chat. It's almost over. You got to breathe that shit in and breathe that shit out.
Thank you, everybody, for the energy.
Whew. Feel it a little bit. A little bit. Oh, fix that, Nads. Fix that.
She's living in the multiverse.
Aren't we all? Let's do something. That's right, Denise Jojo. Let's just do something. Whatever it is, let's just do it.
And do it. Nike's mantra, isn't it? That's Nike's mantra. So. Just do it.
Went with that. Oh, Lordy. All right, Reggie, sum you up, man. So tell us, what's next for Reggie Reg? What's the big thing that you're looking forward to? I know you mentioned you got some secrets. We don't need all the secrets, but what's everybody gonna? All these people, they're gonna now go look for Reggie. What are they gonna see in the next little bit from Reggie Reg?
What's next?
Challenge.
There's no challenge. He's got something cooking. You just don't want to say.
It's true. I do have something cooking. I don't want to say.
Of course, this man in perpetual motion like this guy. There's something happening.
All I can say is
exclusive.
I'm still just trying to like go down that path of trying to see how I could take a lot of things that I'm doing right now on a global scale. So that's what I'm working towards right now.
Well,
I know I can't give you all the details, but
you're gonna give us the details offline, because if he's in the break room, we're gonna be of any assistance to you taking over the world. Because when the world gets taken over by someone, I want to be on their team, and I want to be on the good guys team. So Reggie's the good guy. I want to be on the good guys team. So
say word.
Don't worry, peace in the break room chat. Once we get the insight, we'll come back and let y'all know what's all going on.
Yeah, we go backstage. We'll be back. You guys sit here for like 20 minutes. We'll tell you everything. Spill the fucking beans. Spill the fucking beans. Team Reggie for real.
Appreciate you guys.
Okay, so before we go, thank you for spending your time with us. I appreciate you, my brother. Appreciate you. I want to know though, where's the best place you've ever been? Because I see that you do a lot of traveling now.
Yeah, you know what? I just came back from Europe and I had a really good time in Mykonos, man. Mykonos, Greece.
MYKONS.
That was a magical place, man. It was very I like the streets, the way that they decorate the streets. They got like white paint, and a lot of the buildings are white and this and that. But it's just like a good energy, good people, very welcoming. So it's like it's classy. It's some great beaches as well. But I want to say also what speaks to my spirit is even Costa Rica. I went there back in March.
A lot of people say Costa Rica, man.
Costa Rica had like I stayed in Jaco Beach, and just the vibe of that, it was just easy going, man. That spoke to my spirit in terms of being really zen, and just calming, you know. So
how calm could someone be if, for instance, they were like suspended above a jungle and like lose a bank card?
Nick told you that story?
Sounds like a story.
Yeah. So me and I like how you introduced that one. So me and my buddy Nick were in Costa Rica. Again, this is in March, and we decided to do zip lining. Cause I'm like, yo, I always wanted to try zip lining. So in this jungle, going through the different lines. And I took out my phone because I was like, I want to take some video and pictures. As I'm taking out my phone, I had like this little pouch. Pops out his freaking bank card, and it goes like at the bottom of the jungle. And we're like way up, you know, way up. And we're like, yo, this guy's not getting back his card at all. But luckily, the card was a tangerine card, so it was like a bright orange card. And I felt bad for the guide because the guide was like, okay, well, you know, don't worry, we'll see what we could do. Let's see what we do. I said, okay. So he went back after we went through the lines, and he was able to find his card. Thankfully. But I was just like, in that moment, I was like, I was pissed at myself because I'm like, why did I have to hold on to this guy's card, and why did I have to lose this guy's card? You know what I mean?
You felt responsible.
I felt responsible, and I don't want to feel responsible for the people's property.
So did the tour guide get like $1,000 tip or something? Because how does a man find like a 3-inch plastic
I'll be right
card
back.
in a jungle?
In a jungle, man, with snakes and sloths.
And sloths.
I don't know how he found it, man. But I did give him what, 20 pesos? So he's good, man.
So I gave him 75 cents. This guy
I'm joking, man. I gave him 20 US dollars. I ain't trying to stab it.
And a Canada shirt.
Wow.
And a sticker.
That's a Devine download right there.
I gave him a sticker to the Boom Boom chat room.
I don't know how you got one of those, man. I've been on the Boom Boom chat room a couple times. I never got no sticker. That's for sheezy. I'll tell you that for free. What the hell? Yeah, what the hell?
But yeah, man, like, yo, people, I encourage everybody, like, yo, just get out there and travel, go see the world, man. There's so much beautiful things to see, architecture, people, food.
It's different.
Oh man, very different vibe. And at the end of the day, like again, we don't know. Tomorrow's not promised to anybody. So if you get an opportunity to go and just check it out, I know there's every country has different restrictions, but I know those are being a lot of most of the countries are lifted. But yeah, man, go enjoy, explore.
His IG is Guru Reggie.
Be the first follower tonight, right now. Guru Reggie.
No, his Reggie Waterman's IG is Reggie.Waterman. Is that correct?
Yeah.
At Reggie.Waterman.
And we can just throw the link tree up in the chat, if you don't mind, Fave. If you're still there, you could throw that up one more time so everybody can get their last shot at Reggie Reg.
You got this fantastic light in the back of you.
Thank you, Trouble.
It says create wonder.
Talk
to us about that a little bit before we head out.
Yeah, create wonder is just one of my sayings in terms of not just creating impact in the world, but being innovative and creative with everything that you do. It's tapping into your gifts and talents to make people question why you do things. Why do you do what you do? I think creating that curiosity is what will spark an intrigue in who you are, because people need to get to know you, and you need to show people what you can do. So that's what creating wonder is about. So I like to create wonder in all the things that I do, all the things that I touch, everything.
Awesome.
Reggie Reg. It's good stuff, man.
I feel privileged to know you, my brother.
And likewise, man.
Stop it.
Likewise. Look what you guys are doing, man. You guys are paving the way, building the communities, having thought-provoking conversations, having an engaged audience just like this. And, not everyone's just sitting back watching. They're participating, which is amazing.
That is the dope part. That is the dope part for sure. The engagement.
That is good. So everybody, please, if you have not done so already, posted the link to find out all the great things Reggie Waterman is up to. It's not even your regular own link tree. Like I even opened this link tree. I was like, oh man, this link tree is all right. It's cool, better than mine. Mine's got like 3 links on it and like, stuff like that.
And on behalf of the Pizza in the Break Room, the first person to like one of my posts will get a large pizza, courtesy of Pizza in the Break Room.
Light that up. Send it.
Y'all do pizza contest?
Let's do it.
No, man, we do donut contests, bro.
Donut straight. Contest.
I told you I Googled you. You need to Google Pizza in the Break Room and realize that, we do donut contests, not pizza contests.
No vegan pizza.
Please. Please. Well, I don't know. I don't know about pizza. It seems like I'm not even going to mess with that guy again. All right. What you got, Fitz?
Well, I got to thank you, Reggie, for showing up. Thank you, Reggie, for showing us. Thank you for, spending the time with us and enlightening us and reintroducing me to you. Because, I know Reggie, but now I know Reggie.
Say word.
And I thank you for that. Awesome. Thank you for just reminding us that whatever it is that we want to achieve, we will achieve, but only through action. All right?
That's all about.
Only through action. And that's super important. I know a lot of us got some things that we want to do, a lot of things that we want to get started in. And as Reggie displayed, like all you got to do is just get into motion and these things will come to fruition. So again, chat, thank you all for spending your time with us.
Much appreciated.
Thank you for the wonder that you've created this evening. I know you've inspired a lot of people. I know you've touched a lot of people this evening. I appreciate you for that. Episode 45, Pizza in the Break Room.
I just we're gonna raid out to DJ Star Q. Maybe he might talk about the Clash himself a little bit. Reggie Reg again. Thank you so very much, everybody in the chat. Thank you for being here. As we keep telling you, you guys could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with us.
Devine download in the chat. Devine download in the chat.
Yeah, DD. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Fitz and Mr. Shaun Bennett. Thank you for having me. Appreciate you guys for your platform. Everything you guys do.
Yo, man, keep it up, bro. And yeah, man, like Fitz said, anything that we can do, we'll do it. Hopefully, we got some new Reggie fans out here as well, and we'll keep that up. Divine download indeed. Thank you, everybody. We will see you again. Reggie, you hold tight.
Divine download.
Divine download. So, Miss G, thank you for being here, everybody. Once again,
Cindy, keep the box closed.
Cindy Milo, that boy Jur, Mrs. Ron C, Nance Camille, IQ Remix, Denise Jojo, all y'all. Kobe Hustle, still up in the place. Priscilla, if you're still here, thank you again for the raid. Big member 905, and everybody. All right, we got like 5 seconds on the raid, so if I missed you, I'm sorry. We'll see you again.
One love, everybody. Peace in the break room. T-Dot Hotshot, Couture Life. Shaun and Jay brought it. One time.
We're out.